Shot in on net, and a nice save there by Darian Jones. The Blackbirds come out. Nickerson throws it back into the zone, but that's going to be an offsides play.
Couple nice moves on the way to the net there. Beat the hip check on the boards by the blue line. And then again, that lowering your shoulder going to the net drive play seemed to be working for the Cougars. And again, he gets an opportunity there. Just can't get it up high enough to go under that, right under the crossbar. Where unfortunately, when you make a play like that, you have two options: either pull it to your far side and go around to the back side of the net, or go upstairs with it real tight.
Nick Kropp, Mr. Versatility for the Cougars. He's bounced between forward and defenseman throughout the season here. So he's showing some of his forward skills. In the Blackbird zone along the near board, Sands chips it to center ice. Palermo picks it up, throws it over to the far side. And puck brought into the Cougar zone along the near board. Sands in a puck battle with Palermo. Now Van Dyke chips it out to the blue line, thrown back in by the Blackbirds, but they would have been offsides.
Looks like Van Dyke trips Salerno on that one.
Zatera. Over to Letmansky. Now carrying it in is Palermo. Far circle. Centering attempt of Van Dyke, and that puck went wide of Jones.
Almost put in their own net by an Ileana player.
Well, good things happen. Just throw it on net.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple times this game, haven't we?
Yes, we have. So the Cougars touch the puck behind their net for icing, and the draw will come back down into the Blackbird zone to the right of Jones. We're tied up at 5, just over 18 minutes to play here in the third period. On the near boards, Nickerson to Raybeck. Raybeck at the blue line. Leads it till Beltrame. And the puck comes loose. Now Hayward has it for the Blackbirds. Throws a soft shot on net. Easily sticked aside by Zaveski. Puck is in the near corner. Cougars battling. Raybeck comes out with it. Feeds it to Nickerson. Nickerson tried to feed Butera. That puck was stolen by Hayward and flipped back into the Cougar zone. And picking up the puck, shooting it up to the blue line to Raybeck. Raybeck trying to get into the slot area, and he was rubbed off on the play. Now Nickerson. Nickerson over the blue line into the Blackbird zone. Griffin Mason steals. And Evans coming in along the near boards. He gets a nice hip check there by Beltrame to rub him off the play. Blackbirds fire a shot on net. That's Keller, sticked aside by Zaveski to the far boards. Blackbirds getting some pressure here. Evans. And now the Cougars are able to clear, flip the puck inside the Blackbird zone, and skating with it now moving forward is Austin Ehlers.
That was a smart play there. Get the puck out, get a change of personnel, new line on the ice, get back to action.
Puck at center ice, loose puck. Mike Watson carrying it in to the slot, and he gets rubbed off the play by Ehlers, and the Blackbirds go the other way. Starovich along the near boards. Shot from the near circle, falls over the shoulder of Zaveski, and the Cougars look to clear. Dagnall chasing after it on the far boards inside the Blackbird zone. Shot from the point, sticked aside. Rebound, loose in the slot, and then Ehlers comes up with it for the Blackbirds. Centering attempt to Bafia is intercepted by the Cougars. Dagnall gets knocked down just inside the zone, inside the Blackbird zone, but it's an offside play. Faceoff will come outside the zone.
Good step up there. Just kind of gets tied up here on the boards, kind of goes down. Almost could be called a slew foot, but.
Faceoff outside, just outside the Blackbird zone in front of our bench, in front of the penalty box. Blackbirds dump it into the Cougar zone. Behind the net, Zaveski leaves it there for Palermo. Griffin Mason looking to do some damage to the Blackbirds. Coming in along the far boards, getting a shot off was Sullivan. And that goes all the way outside the Blackbird zone. Chasing after it is Palermo behind his own net in the Cougar zone.
Definitely.
Centering pass was intercepted. Sorry, TJ.
Oh, I was just going to say definitely a tighter start to the first period or the third period here than what we've seen for the rest of the game.
Letmansky over the blue line. He stops. Looking to feed a trailing Palermo, who's in the near corner. Puck gets stolen away, and Sands flips it to center ice. Chasing after it is Kaler for the Blackbirds. Puck is loose. Some sloppy play there by the Cougars. Now they're going to have to chase after it. Beltrame and Van Dyke in the far corner. Cougars are able to come out of the zone. Sammy Zatera now behind the Blackbirds net, putting pressure. Keeping the puck in. Sammy Zatera, far corner. And the puck finally taken away by the Blackbirds. They flip it to center ice. Anthony Beltrame will flip it back into the zone behind the Blackbirds net. And the puck kept in along the boards by Beltrame on the near point. Finally cleared, and it flips up into the Cougars bench. We're going to have another face-off. This one's going to come right in front of the Cougars bench, just outside the Cougars blue line on the far boards.
Cougars need to focus a little bit more on making their crisp passes earlier on in the plays. A lot of kind of looking to make a little one-touch stuff happen, and it's not quite there. So take that extra second, catch the puck, make a nice pass.
Blackbirds win the draw. That's kind of been the common theme here today. They've been strong on the draw, and that's helped generate some offense for them, especially their last goal. Kropp in the near corner with Raybeck. Flipping it to center ice was Nickerson. And the Blackbirds gain possession. Center ice. Shot flies over the head of Zaveski into the near corner. Jones looking to intercept the puck for the Blackbirds, unable to. Griffin Mason putting some pressure along the near boards. Cougars break out. Nickerson over the blue line, far boards. Trying to center it to Cody Raybeck. Moves to the corner. Now coming in from the left point. Hunter Schiffman fires a shot, gets deflected into the netting. And we'll have a face-off inside the Blackbird zone to the right of Jones. Strong. With 13:26 to play in the third period.
Strong play by Nickerson, fending off two Blackbirds to the, going to the point there, and then over to Schiffman, who almost gets the puck through, just kind of catches the top of the skate of the Blackbirds defender.
Good stick there by Jacob Maynard of the Blackbirds. And here's Starovich along the far boards inside the Cougar zone. Maynard now. Starovich is loose in the slot, fires a shot, gets deflected. I think Bafia tipped that into the net.
You know, I don't even know if he was looking to shoot that one. I think he was passing the whole time.
It might be. We'll get a look at it on the replay here. But either way, Starovich throws the puck towards the net. Bafia there to tap it home.
Here he is. He's making it. I honestly can't tell from that angle, but it, regardless, Bafia gets a stick on it, and that's what gets the Blackbirds the lead. With 13:11 here left to go in the third.
6-5 Blackbirds. So now the Cougars are trailing again, and they're going to have to come from behind. Obviously, they're looking for the game-tying goal in a very important game as it has playoff seeding implications.
Here's where the opportunity where we've seen the defensemen be so aggressive all game. Now is the time where you would want that with this much time left in the game, and you're already down a goal. You might as well have the defensemen go up as much as possible. Just be smart about it.
Van Dyke knocked down near center ice. And a check by Keller. Now back at center ice, Van Dyke over the blue line of the Blackbirds. Centering attempt to Dagnall. And he was trying to feed Sammy Zatera coming in on the right side. That puck was deflected away. The Blackbirds definitely getting sticks in passing and shooting lanes here, TJ.
Yeah, great back check there. They've been back checking hard, and that's what's making it trouble for Chicago here.
Shot from the right point, stick to side again. Another shot on net, hit Dagnall in front, and then went wide of Darian Jones, the goaltender for the Blackbirds. Cougars back at the left point. Palermo fires a shot on net, gets deflected wide by Zatera. Able to keep the puck in are the Cougars, however. Chasing after it. Into the near corners, Dagnall. Kept in at the left point, Palermo throws it on net again. It didn't get all the way through to Zatera or to Jones. Blackbirds finally able to clear. Kaler gets it over to Bafia. Now the puck behind the Cougars zone. Cougars net. Carrying it forward is Palermo. He's had an extended shift here. And the puck dumped back down into the Cougar zone. This is going to be an icing call as Nick Kropp touches the puck, and we'll have a face-off back inside the Illiana zone with 11:21 to play.
Yeah, solid sustained forecheck there for the Cougars. Got 3 or 4 shots through to the net. A couple weird deflections off the underside of sticks, but it's nice to see them get the puck and get it back in the zone. Now they just got to keep that up and see if they can get a few more shots through with some more traffic in front of the net.
Shot from the point, Schiffman. No one yet there to create the traffic needed, and the shot goes wide. Coming in on net in the slot, Nickerson shovels it towards Butera. Puck lying there. Unable to pick up the puck was Jesper Lundberg, and now the Blackbirds able to take possession. Good attempt there, at least a possible scoring opportunity for the Cougars goes awry.
Yeah, that was a great stick by Jones. He just kind of reached out and poke-checked it to get it away from the front of his net.
Unable to keep the puck in to the Blackbird zone. Now the Cougars will have to chase back into their own zone. Hunter Schiffman behind his own net. Being defended, gets around. One defender pressing up to center ice. Butera over to Nickerson. And the Blackbirds able to take possession, throws it to center ice. Schiffman will take the puck, feed it to Nickerson at center ice, and he'll tip it into the Blackbird zone. They'll throw it back out. Feels like four corners hockey right about now. Fiandaka for the Blackbirds along the near boards. Shovels it to center ice. Carrying it forward now. Moving around, trying to get around Sullivan. And a big save there by Zaveski. Puck lies loose. Cougars come out. 3-on-1. Cody Raybeck loses the handle of the puck, feeds it into the slot. And Letmansky gets a shot off, but
another nice back check by Illiana, the way they had the 3-on-1 stepping out of the zone. And the next thing you know, it's a 3-on-2. They stop up for the play, and then all of a sudden now it's a 3-on-3, 4-on-3 for Illiana on the back check here.
Letmansky gets a shot off, but obviously not as hard as he wanted to. And like you said, the back check and pressure put on by the Blackbirds. Face off inside the Blackbird zone. Watson on the draw for the Cougars. Cougars win a draw. Unable to, now they get possession. Watson in the slot. It's knocked out to Bafia at center ice for the Blackbirds. Puck is knocked away by Palermo. That prevented a scoring opportunity for the Blackbirds. Bafia inside the Blackbird zone along the near boards. Flips it to center ice. Connection there trying to feed Starovich goes astray. And Palermo rings it around to the near boards inside the Cougar zone. Lundberg. Centering pass deflected. And Starovich picks it up for the Blackbirds. Ehlers flips it back to Maynard for the Blackbirds. Bafia tips it into the Cougar zone. Zaveski will stop the puck there. And the Cougars will look to exit their zone. Center ice. Butera in the slot. He had Palermo by the net. And keeping it along the near boards is Nickerson. Van Dyke to Palermo. Back to Van Dyke. Pass went wide.
Just missed that opportunity there. He was sitting wide open. If he got a stick on that puck, there's a pretty solid opportunity that was going in the net.
There's a wide open net there, but no connection made on the return pass attempt.
Good look though. Good forecheck.
Getting some looks here, absolutely right. Van Dyke carries it over the blue line for the Cougars, puts it between the legs of Keller, gets a shot attempt off, coming up with the rebound, Butera, and that goes wide of the net. Cougars definitely putting the pressure on here with 8 minutes to play in the third period, down 1. Van Dyke keeping the puck in the zone. Schiffman now unable to get the puck, keep the puck in the zone. Cougars will have to regroup. Van Dyke carries it into the Blackbird zone. Puck knocked away. And taken away by Grant Kaler. Kaler coming in with Griffin Mason. Puck lies loose. Kaler gets a shot off. Cougars going the other way. This is Butera along the near boards. Near circle. Puts a shot on net. And it looks like Reed was able to cover that puck up and hold on. Jones, Darian Jones, I should say, for the faceoff inside the Illiana zone with 7:31 to go.
it's a great play here. You see that he gets a puck right off the rebound, skating up the ice, and again, goes wide on the net, lowers the shoulder, tries to go to the net, and then a good shot there. Great save by Darian.
Yeah, he was able to cover up that hole quickly.
Not letting any rebounds up here.
Joe Starovich fires a shot, stick to side by Anthony Zaveski. Aaron Zaveski. Watson along the far boards for the Cougars, far corner. Letmansky joins the fray there. Coming out with it, however, is the Blackbirds, and they're going to skate into the Cougar zone. Offsides was Bafia. A little anxious there as he was wide open on the right wing.
Yeah, sometimes you can do that as a player. You see the opportunity might be there, and you start jumping a little ahead of yourself, and next thing you know, you're taking a face-off again. So.
He didn't even get the opportunity to tap his stick down on the ice, saying, I'm here, I'm here.
He was ready for it, though. He wanted
it. Face-off outside the Cougar zone, and the Blackbirds win another draw. Carrying it in. Griffin Mason fires a shot, and it goes wide of the net. Griffin Mason, again, a dangerous player so far in this game for the Blackbirds. Evans fires a shot, hits the side of the net, goes into the near corner, battling Sullivan and Evans. Blackbirds come out with it. Mason feeds it to the left point, shot on net, rebound. Rebound is loose behind the Cougars net, and picking it up now. Mason, centering attempt, deflected by the Cougars. Still inside the Cougar zone, however. Mason over to Evans behind the Cougars net. Schiffman in on the play. Joining him is Jones from the Blackbirds. Keeping it in at the point is Philip Madrasik. Griffin Mason near circle. Finally taken away by the Cougars. Skating it into the zone and knocked down. No call. There is a call. Arm is up. Jasper Lundberg was taken down along the near boards, and we're going to get a holding call on the Blackbirds.
Well,
6:03 to play.
This is what you're looking for as the Cougars. You need to score on this power play here. I mean, it's not 100% need, but if you want to get yourself in this game with an opportunity to win before going into overtime, this is your biggest opportunity of the game. Your power play has been strong all night. You got to put one in here.
Fiandaka to the box. So I mentioned earlier that the Cougars can't afford a tie. Obviously, there's no ties because there's overtime hockey and then there's shootout hockey, so there will be a winner decided, but you could still come away with only 1 point. And if that is the case for the Cougars, that's not going to help them. They'll fall to second place in the conference. So it's win or go home, win or bust, I should say, for the Cougars.
Yeah, because, I mean, they're not going home. They're still going to go to the playoffs here. It's just,
exactly.
Ooh, off the crossbar.
Mansky backhander off the crossbar. And the Blackbirds clear down inside the Cougar zone. Zaveski will leave the puck for Schiffman. On the far boards now. Along the near boards to Van Dyke. Van Dyke tried to carry it in over the blue line. Pass went awry at the blue line. Cougars are going to have to regroup. Letmansky. Schiffman. Over to Van Dyke. Back to Palermo. Palermo carries it over the blue line. He's got Dagnall in the slot. Puck gets chipped up out of play. Let's see if this faceoff's staying in or outside the zone. Looks like it's coming outside the zone.
Yeah.
No, staying inside the zone. 5:19 to play, third period, minute 15 left on the power play. Cougars looking to get something generated. They need to win a draw. They actually did win the draw. And coming away with it is Nickerson. Feeding Schiffman, fires a shot on net.
Schiffman upset after he shot that when he thought he could get a little more on that. But again, if you're going to get a shot from the point there, what you want is you want to have traffic going to the net. And if you leave the goalie wide open like he was in that shot, he's going to see the puck coming every time, and you're going to have to beat him with pure, power rather than, a well-placed shot.
Goalie's ready for that shot more times, 9 out of 10 times a week. Coming away with the puck, 2-on-1 opportunity here. Ehlers for the Blackbirds flips a shot on net. Stick to side by Zaveski. Raybeck throws a check in the far corner, and the Cougars are now coming out with it. Skating it into the zone. Cody Raybeck loses the puck at the near circle, shoveled along the near boards, and knocked out of play. Hunter Schiffman's going to chase back for the Cougars at center ice.
30 seconds here on the power play.
Cody Raybeck in the slot. Feeding Nickerson near circle. He's taken down. There's no call that time. Puck behind the net, behind the Blackbirds net. Puck battle ensues. Cody Raybeck, far corner. Set over to Sullivan. To Schiffman. Again, no one in front. No net front presence there on that shot by Schiffman, TJ.
Yeah, and again, he just kind of paddled it to the side of the corner. Not much that Schiffman can do there except.
Nickerson, nice play in the near corner. Good play by Hayward, however, to interfere with Nickerson so he couldn't complete that passing attempt. Puck goes along the far corner. Griffin Mason picks up the puck for the Blackbirds. The penalty has expired. 3:51 to play here in the third period. The Blackbirds up by 1 on the Cougars. Shot on net by Evans, gloved aside.
Yep. Yeah, that's one of the hits. Again, you're going to probably get a checking from behind penalty here is what it's going to end up being. They might call it boarding, but that is a hit that we've been trying to take out of the game of hockey for a long time. It's a dangerous play. It's never something you want to see, especially when you saw an injury happen in the game where somebody went into the boards, funny as it was. If you see the guy's numbers, you got to stop.
And so Jesper Lawnberg is going to go into the box here. 3:37 to play.
But here was that opportunity here where Nickerson kind of gets tripped up there going to the net. If, he looked like he wanted to hold on to that for that extra second and kind of feed it back door, seeing if there was anybody there open for a shot.
He got it between the defender's legs, Hayward, but Hayward stuck with him. He's had a good game defensively, Hayward has, for the Blackbirds, gumming up a lot of plays for the Cougars. In the far corner is Jones for the Blackbirds. The Blackbirds on a power play. Cougars have to come up with a big kill here, and if there's any opportunity for them to take offensive advantage, here it is. Watson with Butera going in on net. Watson taken down, no call. We'll play on. I was just about to say if there's any opportunity for the Cougars to go on offense, shorthanded, that would be it, and they did.
Yeah, it was a good stick there by the defenseman. Kind of poked it away as Watson was stopping for the shot.
Puck in the far corner, Starovich. And the puck was brought in off sides. Faceoff will come outside the Cougars zone in front of the Cougars bench on the far boards.
Yeah, just in the first 42 seconds here of this power play, you could see that the Cougars are trying to get up ice as many people as possible when they're trying to clear the puck. They're trying to have at least one guy breaking, if not both, so they can get to that puck in the other end of the ice.
And if you look at some of the players who are killing the penalty for the Cougars here, Cody Raybeck, Gavin Nickerson, those are some of your top scorers on the team. And if there's any outlet opportunity, they're going to go for it. Keller tries to throw the puck on net. That's blocked. And coming out with it, Cody Raybeck, near circle, centering pass attempt to Schiffman, who jumped in on the play, went wide. Schiffman very active again, carries the puck over the blue line. Far circle, fires a shot, and that's glove saved by Reed. Darian Jones.
Heck of a shift by Schiffman here.
Bafia gets the puck in the near corners along the near boards for the Blackbirds. Flips it into the Cougar zone in the far corner. Krolak tried to get a shot off. I think he fanned on it. And now we have some activity after the whistle there.
Yeah, but again, you could see that was a nice little foot play there. Looks for the centering pass, gets it, and then, he did just fan on that shot. But for the Cougars, you're getting the offensive opportunity. You just got to start throwing a little bit more to the net and a little less trying to look for that backdoor play, and then hopefully you can get a rebound or a lucky bounce. All it takes is one bounce, and this game's tied up. But
22 seconds left on the power play for the Blackbirds. Big check along the boards by Butera.
What I was going to say there was that they so far have had, another successful penalty kill as they've done for the majority of the game. I believe they haven't let up a power play goal against so far tonight. But yeah, this is going to be an opportunity after the penalty here. You're going to have to get back up the ice. Look for a timeout here maybe by Coach here soon.
Few ticks left on the power play for the Blackbirds. Kept inside the Cougar zone by Fahey. And Butera comes up from the blue line for the Cougars to intercept the pass. Puck knocked down into the Blackbird zone, not icing as the Cougars were still shorthanded. Penalty has expired, so now we're back at full strength. Now it's a matter of when does Coach Stofers pull Aaron Zaveski, the goalie, for the extra attacker. First things first, though, Cougars have to get outside of their own zone. Dagnall over to center ice to Lundberg. Lundberg, puck taken back by the Blackbirds, offsides, however, as Allers was coming in along the left wing side looking to make a play.
You know, I'm surprised they're not calling a timeout here. He might be waiting for like a last minute here. But this is definitely the opportunity where you only get one timeout. You might as well use it with 1:14 left in a game when you're down a goal and you're looking to pull your goalie. And he does. So there you go.
You're in the mind of Brad Stofers there, TJ.
Well, I was just kind of communicating with him via my eyes from up here in the booth. But right now I can tell you what's going on here is Coach Stofers is designing a play up, looking for what happens when they get in the zone. Here's what you do when we get the puck in the zone. Here's when we're going to pull the goalie, who's going to go out on the ice, and then if there is any face-offs, what to do if you win it or lose it in the offensive zone after you get a couple opportunities. So this is a big moment here for the Cougars, because walking away with first place in the league is a huge accomplishment in itself before you even get into the playoffs.
And again, a lot of hard work they put into this inaugural season for the Chicago Cougars, and they'd hate to see it slip, at least slip to second place on the last game of the season. But that's where things stand. They're trailing by 1 goal, minute 14 left to play. The faceoff will be just outside the Cougars zone along the far boards in front of the Cougars bench. So goalie Zaveski, Aaron Zaveski, is going to have to be in net at least for the draw. You're going to have to hope that the Cougars win the draw.
Which they've been struggling with so
They
far.
have, right. That hasn't not been their strong suit. The Blackbirds have been tough on the dot so far in this game.
Yeah, so hopefully if what you're looking for is you're looking for a win, a quick pass up to your winger, hopefully on this close side of the ice to us, far side from their benches, and then you're trying to get it into the zone as quickly as possible, and you send everybody after. You don't hold back at this point in the game. You don't wait for them to. If they get a break, you're not looking for the one guy. If you can get to the net and get to the puck, you have to in this situation.
So no passengers should be aboard this ship here this late.
They get the win. Look
Cougars
for the far side of the ice.
Win the draw. Cody Rayback flips it to center ice. Nickerson. The Blackbirds are offside, so the Cougars are going to take it outside of their zone. Puck at center ice. Zaveski now going to the bench. Just as he goes to the bench, puck is loose, and Starovich coming in alone, and a great back check by Hunter Schiffman to prevent the empty net.
That was unbelievable effort on that play by Hunter Schiffman. Now you got to outnumber them on the puck here.
Puck behind the net, Nickerson. Griffin Mason putting the pressure on for the Blackbirds. Blackbirds hemming the Cougars inside their own zone, unable to clear. Now the puck along to Starovich. He flips it towards net, and the Cougars are able to block that attempt. That was Van Dyke. Lundberg skating it into the zone, loses control at the blue line, center ice. Van Dyke picks up the puck, feeds it on in. Lundberg along the near circle. 6 seconds, 5 seconds, puck in the corner. Puck battle ensues. Time is running out. And the buzzer sounds, the horn sounds, the game is over. And in an upset, the Illiana Blackbirds defeat the Chicago Cougars 6-5 here in the final game of the season.
Yeah, and that's just one of those things where with a team like the Cougars where you've won so much during the year, it's pretty rare where you have an opportunity where you're pulling your goalie as opposed to most teams that are pulling their goalie against you. So it was just you didn't really see too many people going after the puck on that one, supporting the play. But all in all, it was just a weird game, in my opinion. They played hard. There was that series of probably about 10 to 12 minutes in the second period where it was just so back and forth with a few weird bounces on your own net, and there's really not much you can do about stuff like that. The next thing for them is to just gear up, and, it's playoff time.
So based on the loss, the Lake Forest Lakers, or the Forest Lake Lakers, they will take possession of first place in the last game of the season of the Western Conference in the Midwest Division. The Cougars will fall to second place, and so from a seeding standpoint, 1 through 8, 2 for 7, so on and so forth. So they'll be facing the 7th seed, which I think is the Decatur Blaze, if I'm not mistaken. So But we'll have all those pairings later on as we have Cougars hockey throughout at least the first 2 rounds. But in an upset here, the Indiana Blackbirds coming in to the Sears Center, already trailing the season series 6-2 to the Cougars, and Cougars with a lot on the line. But the Blackbirds come away with a 6-5 victory.
Yeah, and that was what we brought up at the second intermission there, where after you play a team so many times over and over again, they start to know your habits and they know how you play. And I think they used that to their advantage tonight, and they kind of came in with the Cougars a little bit on their heels for the start of that game. And then after getting that first goal, they came back and tied it up real quick. Again, it's just one of those things that it happens every now and then. It's hard to beat a team 7 times in a season where you play them 10 times. So it's just one of the ones where you just kind of got to wrap it up and move on with your playoffs and go from there.
Yeah, no time to dwell on it. The playoffs will start next weekend. Obviously, we hope for the best for Matt Olson, who, again, if you joined us late, he was injured at about the 8-minute mark of the first period, and paramedics were called. He had to be taken off the ice on a stretcher on a play, on a shorthanded attempt by the Blackbirds, and he was coming up on the back check, ran into the boards very hard, and lay motionless for a while there. We don't have an update on his condition, but obviously we hope for the best for Matt Olson, and obviously that's on the minds of the Cougars players and coaches.
Yeah, I'm sure that everybody on the team is going to be kind of hoping to get an update on him for the rest of the evening. Depending on his status, I'm sure they'll all go see him at some point, be it at his house when he's back or if he has to spend the night, which sometimes with, head stuff that they don't – they like to do.
I'm thinking he might at least have one night stay, but we'll update things along the Cougar Network here as we go along. But that'll do it from the Sears Center in Hoffman Estates. Again, our final score: the Indiana Blackbirds 6, the Chicago Cougars 5. With TJ Sennett, I'm Eric Willowite. I'd like to thank Chris Labasco and Chris Hamilton for the work on the production side. You've been watching Cougars hockey on SportsTownChicago.com.